Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about my preparations for leaving for 5 days into the mountains. Yeah, for this trip I went on Airbnb and looked around in Italy to find a proper location that I want to visit, and this is actually what I found. This is the hut I found in Certosa. It's beautiful, and from the pictures, it's promising a lot for my trip because I want to try and get more alpine experience. And well, they promise a lot, and the landscape around it seems pretty, actually. And well, I've put in my dates and checked whether it's possible, and well, they had a free reservation. So yeah, I decided to book it. Actually, about the host, she was really friendly and it was great messaging with her. She gave me a lot of advice, and well, I can recommend, at least from the communication part and the pictures, it's very promising. And yeah, I'm happy to see how this trip is going to go. Yeah, first I'm going to show you shortly what I'm packing. Packing everything for my trip, which I have planned. And well, I don't know if I have everything, but if I'm missing something, I can tell you after the trip that I missed something. And this is just what I pack, or what I bring with me. First of all, the main backpack. Obviously here everything gets stored, with one additional for the hiking itself. The hiking sticks, just some basic things you need. I don't know if there will be other people, so I need some protection for my ears during the night. Obviously some things to clean, some protection against the sun, some first aid kit against insects, as well as deo, more protection. And when you go into the mountains, it's important that you take some money with you. Paper cash, not credit card. Credit card additionally, but paper money is important because there is not always the proper connection to use your credit card. Additionally, from the technical side, I'm gonna take one big lamp, 2 power banks to just simply recharge everything, because I don't know if I will be able to charge there, as well as a cable. For clothing, we have just simply some sport clothing, which I'm gonna take with me just to be able to multi-layer when, depending on the temperatures, whether it's cold or warm. It's more like an onion. I can remove layers if I need to. Then obviously a cape against the sun, especially in the mountains, very important. These are my pants. You can remove the bottom part, so they are just simply more helpful during hiking, since in the beginning it will be cold, but it might get hot over the day. I might also take a jacket against the rain with me. I've bought this one fish because especially there you don't have that many clothes, because everything you take with you have to carry in this one bag. Or at least to the station where I'm staying, I have to carry everything in the one bag, so I can just bring all of my clothes with me. So it's very limited, and you want to protect as much as possible. Then we have the sleeping bag, as well as 2 towels, a big one and a small one. One umbrella against rain. I'm gonna take this with me. So obviously some underwear. There, it's important, these are hiking socks and normal socks. I don't have more since I'm traveling before then, so there's just one. But these hiking socks are going to be what I primarily wear, and these are just for the evenings. Of course, my hiking boots. They are just also freshly bought, so I was not able to walk before with them, so it might get dangerous, it might get hurtful. So I decided to take some protection, forgot the word, and yeah, just some old paper that you can stuff for the case that it's raining, so that they dry properly. Then some clothes for the evenings also have to be included, and to sleeping. So, and this is just more or less everything that I'm going to take with me, at least up to the station. And all of this needs to be packed into this little bag, as well as here. I'm going to put some food, some electrolytes, which here is a pocket to drink in. So this one will just be carrying my food for the days. These ones are just for sugar in the case that I need one, and these are more when I need the food. And yeah, well, now I'm going to pack everything, and we will see whether it fits all in there, because I haven't tried it yet. So luckily for me, everything ended up fitting in perfectly actually. And well, you have way more space in here than expected, even though this is not packed pretty cleanly. Everything fits in, and that's all I wanted. How to properly pack this? Well, I just stuffed it in and hoped that it fit, and actually it fit. So this backpack is kind of nice. In here is all of the food basically. I'm going to add a bottle when I'm leaving, and everything else. The shoes obviously don't go in there, since it's just these shoes that I'm taking with me, and I'm going to need them to hike up there. But well, yeah, that's just to me everything packed. Pretty small now after it laid out there. And with that, I believe it's all finished for this part. So after we've packed, the trip is for 5 days again, and well, I don't know if there will be any other people that will be staying there with me. So overall, it's up in the mountains. It's in June, so we don't know if the weather will be hot or cold, if there will still be snow or not. So it's kind of difficult to pack. So I went with the onion look, especially for that reason. And yeah, but besides, so for this trip, it's not just about planning what to pack, which first of all, you have to choose a location. After you have chosen the location, it's important to get some information about the weather. And well, that's the point where I was like, well, I can't properly say how it's going to be like, but that's okay. And after that, I've packed. I showed you what I'm going to take with me. I'm going to put a list of what I'm taking with me into the description. And now, furthermore, you have to plan your route. And here you can properly do this. So on maps, I'm starting from near Mannheim, and the base route that Google Maps tried to take me through was straight from Mannheim through Austria to Cardozo. But actually this route, even though it's quite decently fast, it's just not great to drive, at least for me personally, since I'm going to drive alone. It's going to be a solo trip, and therefore it's just easier to have a pretty easy route. So I decided to first add Munich as a stop in between. So the route that now gets presented is this one, and now I'm driving over Innsbruck. This is important because we're now going to take the Brenner, and it's a very easy route, and it seems decently simple, and I hope I can drive this. At least this was what was recommended to me, so I'm going to with this. And now that we know that we are going to drive through Austria, we need a vignette. This vignette allows us to drive for a certain amount of days, but we need to pay for this in advance. So we went to, so you can go to this website, Asfinag. Asfinag is the official webpage, and there you can choose between 1 day, 10 day, 2 month, or year vignette. 1 day is just if you're driving once through it. I'm going to stay in Italy for 5 days and then drive back. And as we can see here, 1 day costs 380 and 10 days would cost 510. And since I'm going to drive through Austria on my way there and on my way back, it's just cheaper to take the 10 days vignette. 2 months is just simply too much. Additionally, I'm driving with my car, so it's 12 euros and 80 cents. So I'm gonna click on that, and then you can just simply make sure that all of your data is correct, and then you just simply have to add the state where you're coming from and the start date. I put the day before I'm going to go there, just simply for the case that I want to travel overnight. Yeah, but that's the vignette part. Obviously, if you are going to travel with, let's say, train, for example, you can also do this pretty easily. But yeah, I'm just taking my car to be more flexible and to have this kind of backup. And yeah, that's more or less everything that you need to plan. If you're going to take the car, you have to make sure that your car is properly prepared, that you fueled your car before, that the oil is properly filled, and just that everything is finished around there. And yeah, honestly, I can't tell you much more. I don't know how it's going to be this trip. It's actually my first time documenting. It's my first time going into the mountains this high up, because this hut is already at 2,200 meters, I think. The highest mountains is about 3,000 meters. When I was traveling with my family, we only went up to 2,000 meters high mountains. So this will be quite an experience. So I just didn't have anything to go back on. Yeah, I'm going to need this and that and that. It's for me the first time, and yeah, I'm going to put in the description everything that I packed and had to prepare. And in the comment section after the trip, I will add anything that I've noticed that I was missing over these 5 days. And once I made this trip, I'm going to document the journey there, to travel there, the journey in the location. I'm going to make some videos and photos, and I'm going to show them to you and just give you my overall feedback on this first week of solo traveling. Yeah, I'm happy to see how it's going to be, and we'll see you next week to hopefully the compilation of everything that just happened over the last 5 days. So see you then.